If I gave you a way to pull up to 200 local competitors in under a minute, evaluate their threat level to your business, and then spot the opportunities to maximize revenue, would you grab that spreadsheet? In this video, I'm going to show you how to find business competitors fast. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the 3 competitive tool analysis I've got behind me for completely free. So you can do exactly that and go out there and build a better business, emulating what's working. Now, you might be wondering who I am. I'm Ronald Osborne, an award-winning international business coach. I've helped hundreds of small business owners improve their organizations. And if you want to see some reviews, go to the ronaldosborne.org website, as you can see down in the bottom of this video. However, that's just the credibility factor out of the way. Now let's jump into the spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet I've got behind me is something that uses a Google Place API. Essentially what that does is you input who you are and where your business is located. It then goes out there, analyzes your competitors, evaluates how much of a threat they are in your market, and spots the opportunities where you're able to go from there. So in this Google Sheet behind me, it connects directly with the Google Place API, which then allows you to map your competitors. This Google Sheet that I've built instantly maps your market, scores every competitor, and helps evaluate the best opportunities for you. So how do you use this competitor analysis tool? Let me show you exactly what you need to do from the start. The first thing is you obviously go to the Ronald Osborne website or the link down below. Now this is the tool right here, the local competitor analysis tool. You need to go to my checklist. There's dozens of other checklists. Brand monitoring tool. You want to see how many times you're mentioned out there on the web. You want a free contractor quote? Maybe a cash flow template, and dozens of more. However, right now we're focused on the local competitor analysis tool. So all you need to do is click here. It's going to bring up the sheet like this. You then make a copy, file, make a copy. Okay. Now I'll explain the API and what you need to do at the end of the video. Let's jump into it. You've done that. Let's go to the input tab. This is where you start, and this is what you need to do. So you can see here, business category. This is where you put in your information. Now, obviously, I'm going to just run with accountant. Now, the beautiful thing is with this business category list, you need to put in whatever you are. I'm just going to say I work with a lot of roofers and a lot of contractors. So if I was looking for roof, don't just put in the input roofing. It's not going to work. It's pulling data from Google. So you've got to go roof. And let's just have a look. Roofing contractor. This is exactly what you need to use down here as an example. This is exactly what you need to use. Otherwise, the spreadsheet's not going to work for you. So then go back to the input, and that's where you paste that information in. Now you can use an address or a Latin long. I love the Latin long. So obviously, if you're down my way, Fort Lauderdale as an example, let's say we'll go up to Pompano Beach. Let's go across Coconut Creek. So let's just say I'm going here, the shops. Let's just say we're down here. Let's just say we're going to set up along here. All right. I'm going to set up shop around here. I want to know who's in my area, who's a threat to my business. Right click on Google Maps and click this. This gives you the latitude and the longitude. Simply come back up, come up here, paste that information into here. Now the search radius, you can go up to 1500, or 15,000. Then you can set up to 200 competitors at a time as well. So you're going to capture everyone in the circle. Now I've just set 50 for argument's sake. Leave this as yes. Now the business name optional, it should pull it in anyway. So don't stress too much about this. So the competitor analysis tool, once you've input that data, just come up to the top here, click on this and go run competitor analysis tool. Okay, so click that button. Now it normally take maybe like 20 seconds, maybe a minute, and it should output all of that data for you. Okay, so the script's finished. So this is how you understand and interpret the data on the competitor analysis tool. Okay, so all we need to do right now is we just click down to the results. So go down to the results tab down here. Now, what you're going to see, I'm just going to close this off. I'm going to scroll back over here. You're going to see the business names. You're going to see the rating, the reviews, the threat level. You're going to see the distance in kilometers and miles and their address and their place ID. You've got what their primary type is, their lat, their long, and their place ID. So let me explain this section right here. As you can see, this is a basic formula that I've created. we can see that you've got the rating of 5, the reviews here, and the thing saying minimal threat level. Now we've got the distance in kilometres and miles. This is for my Aussie and UK, well, rest of the world that's kind of normal, and my Yank mates, obviously, that really need those miles. So you can see that this business, even though it's quite close to us, it's got a 1-star review rating. So if I'm an accountant, I've dropped my pin in this location to say, all right, I'm setting up shop around here. This is where we dropped it. I come back here. I immediately see, okay, who's close to me? Who's within a mile's driving distance? There's someone that is quite close that has a high threat level. That's not good. Because remember, I'm dropping the pin to see who's closest to me with this listing. I'm an accountant. Is there an accountant that's over there? You don't want to set up shop as an accountant that's over there and you're across the road from them going, hey mate, send me some of your leads. You don't want to be doing that. That is why I've set this up. So you get to look at the competitors so you can evaluate if you're in the right location or you're in the wrong location. So right here, I can look at this and go, ooh, looks pretty good up to a mile. If you're in a very densely populated area with a lot of foot traffic and the closest competitor to you is a mile, and you rely on foot traffic for your business revenue, yeah, that's not bad. But if you're out on a main highway, it's not good. Because if someone's got to get in their car to come to you, then why not drive that extra 0.26 of a mile or that extra half click to get to someone that's got a really good rating? So that is how I've built this, and that's how you interpret the data. Anyone that's a high threat is someone that has a lot of reviews and that is normally closer to you, but it's really focused on the reviews and the ratings. Okay, so as you can see, scroll down, we've got at least 50 people here. So you can sit there and start to understand, okay, who am I going against and what's my threat level? Now, the other way is you got to come across to the analysis sheet. This looks at your top 5 people. So you can see total review 50. Obviously, if you collect more, you'd get more. Now, high threat competitors, there's 14. Medium, 9. 13 and 4. So what would this tell me? The majority, half of them are below low threat competitors. So again, if I was setting up in this area and I'm trying to determine, is it safe to set up here? This looks actually pretty good because you can see it's actually not that strong. There's not that many strong people. If you know what you're doing with digital marketing, like your SEO is good, your local SEO is good, you've got a brilliant team doing that, mate, you're laughing. If you set up here, you're probably in good standing if the search volume's good and there's people looking for accountants around you. Now we can come down and we can start to have a look and see at our top 5 competitors by performance, the ratings and the reviews. So these guys are obviously our biggest competitors. Our number 5 performers that we've got to emulate. These are the guys that we want to look at. Now the top 5 nearest to us is also who we want to look at. Minimal, low. Like, look at that. So what does that tell you? It tells you immediately close to you, there might be opportunities. You might be setting up in a good location. And then we just got obviously a little bit of a summary down here. So, here's all the points that we just covered. So how do you set up this spreadsheet? And now again, you've gone onto here, you've clicked this sheet, you've made a copy. The first thing you need to do is once you get your API, now I'll link down below a video on how to set up this API. I swear to God, it's going to take you about 5 minutes. It's super easy. And once you do it, you've got this spreadsheet for life and it's free. You're not going to get in trouble, inshallah. If you use this and you know what you're doing and you do your other checks and you do your due diligence, this helps you and it can help you a lot. So as you can see, this information here, this is where you put your API key. It's that simple. It is that simple. So from here, keep an eye on that. So if you believe that this local competitor analysis tool is going to help you, please put a comment, share this around to other friends in the business game, anyone looking for search engine optimization services, anything like that. This can really help them. Share this out to them, share it out to friends and family. This is something that's super easy and super beneficial. You can look at, if you are looking at utilizing SEO services, you can see how much work you need to do before investing a penny into that. And you can also assess, should I actually set up my business in this location? That's why I built this competitor analysis tool. Now you have the power to go out there and accurately determine, should I set up here? Should I do SEO here? this is what you need. If you want to work with an award-winning business coach, all you need to do is you can go to the sheet, you can book a 15-minute discovery call with me here, or you can go across to my website, watch some testimonials if you want, see some reviews, whatever else you want to look at. Then go on here, click there, book a session, and again, we can have a chat. I'd be happy to help you improve your organization wherever it needs to be improved. I hope you have a lovely day. Like and subscribe, legends. Cheers.